Begin on your back with both legs bent. Extend them, then bend right knee toward the chest, interlacing fingers below the knee. Focus on relaxing through your abdomen, neck, and back as you draw the knee toward your chest. Sink into your breath. When you feel you've released there, bring a strap underneath the foot and extend toward the ceiling. You're going to start by settling the shoulders and getting traction on the strap, then pointing and flexing through the foot. It's okay here to have a fairly bent knee. Find a position where the leg doesn't shake. You're moving now to inversion and eversion at the ankle. Now you're circling through all 4 points. So that's a point, inversion, flex, eversion, circling at the ankle. And do what you can to move at the ankle rather than at the toes. The toes may be involved. Then you'll start circling the whole leg using your arms and the strap. You're finding a gentle circle, steering away from any popping or pain. When you're ready, change directions. Throughout this movement, think of the leg being nice and easy and the arms leading the movement. When you're ready, you're going to come back to stillness in your center point. You'll put a little bit of emphasis into your heel and then slowly use your strap to lower the leg all the way to the ground. When your leg touches, use the strap to pull the leg back up toward the ceiling. Again, it's okay if the knees bend. Now you're going to move from inside to outside in a comfortable range of motion. You don't need to push this at all. See where it works for you. When you're ready, pause to the inside, so that's leg crossing over your midline, whenever you feel a stretch through that outside line of the leg. When you're ready, you'll then go to the outside until you feel a stretch through the inside of the leg. In both of those positions, the hips are fairly near the ground. You may have a slight hovering in the non-working hip. Coming back to center, going to emphasize the stretch of the leg toward the chest just a little. You don't need to follow my range of motion. It can be whatever makes the stretch a little stronger for you. When you're ready, lower the leg, interlace fingers below. Again, gently hug it to the chest. Let everything settle back in. Extending that leg, take a moment on your back and notice any difference between your two sides. When you're ready, bending the left knee, drawing it toward your chest, fingers interlaced below the knee. If it feels like too much to bring the hands to the leg, you can also use the strap underneath the knee to draw it toward the chest, just as you would use your hands. Relaxing into your breath here. And when you're ready, again, taking the strap, bringing it underneath your foot and extending that leg toward the ceiling. Maybe it's not straight up and down. Maybe it's a little bit closer to the long leg. That's okay. Coming back to the point and flex at the foot, and then inversion and eversion. Working the inside of that foot toward you and then away. And then circling it, putting those 4 points together when you're ready to do so. See if the toes can stay fairly relaxed so the work itself is in the heel and at the foot, not at the tips of the toes. And after those ankle circles, you'll come to stillness and circle the whole leg with your arms and the strap. Imagining the leg moving from the hip. Head is heavy, leg is relaxed, arms are working. Again, this range of motion is really up to you. It could be quite a broad circle. It could be tiny, almost imperceptible, wherever that movement feels healthy and beneficial for your body. When you're ready, coming back to center, slight emphasis through the heel into dorsiflexion. using the strap to lower the leg all the way to the mat. When it touches, using the strap to draw it back up toward the ceiling. Inside, outside. Crossing the midline, then drawing the leg away from the midline. One way you can modify here, besides making the range of motion smaller, is by bringing that leg closer to the floor. So not at a 90, but closed slightly toward the long leg. When you're ready, pausing to that inside stretch, feeling the outside of the leg stretching as the leg crosses the midline. When you're ready, returning to center, and the leg moves out from the midline. Again, to modify, you can keep the leg a little bit higher or bring it down toward the resting leg. Good. Returning to center, just a slight emphasis on the stretch of the leg toward the chest. Maybe the leg moves, maybe it doesn't. The strap just gives it a little pull toward you. When you're ready, releasing that, the strap goes away, interlacing fingers below the knee. Again, letting everything settle for a moment, coming back into your breath. And once the legs both go long, arms rest, notice your body.